way.
Yes.
Right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Erin and Clinton's movie review. Today we are reviewing
Fire in the Sky.
One of my. Well, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's clink.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, my leg.
Don't you get all comfortable. You know we gotta do the intro first. Don't get comfortable. Let's start the show. Yeah, okay, let me get all comfortable. It's like, oh gosh darn it.
My leg was all like twisted, all weird.
So yeah, Fire in the Sky. This was a 1993 movie. It was a biopic. No, a biopic.
Biopic.
I was reading.
We got corrected on that one.
I was reading it. I was like, I've always heard that word biopic or biopic or whatever, and I was like, wait, which one's which? And I was like, okay.
It's clearly a biopic.
Anyways, which is basically a movie about a real life person.
Yeah.
Which would be Travis Walton.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
and his adventures in alien ship.
His adventures in alien land, where he meets a white rabbit and
goes down the hole.
he did go into some weird hole.
He did go. Yeah, in the movie he did anyway.
So for me, I watched this movie when I think I watched it in 93 or 94, like right
Close
around
to when it came out.
right when it came out. And man, I was really young at that age, obviously, and it was just it like was mind opening for me, just a mind bender. I was just like, oh my gosh, because obviously, as I'm sure we'll talk about, they went further than what really happened in the movie.
They made it way more adventurous.
I mean, it's already crazy enough, just the fact
being abducted in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would think that's. I mean, that would be very scary for anybody. I would think.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people that say they want to do it, but I'm like, are you sure?
Why would you want to do it? I mean,
to have questions answered. It's like, I don't know if I want them to tell me.
Yeah, I want to know about God, but I'm not planning on dying anytime soon. So let's hold off on that, shall we?
Could you guys just send me a paper or something? You don't need to do
I know. Just come down and let me know you're real. But and move on.
So Travis, his character, he's kind of curious and a little just more like, oh, what's that type of guy.
Yeah, but in the movie it was more of the younger kid that was more into the star magazines and stuff like that. He's like, look, this guy got abducted. Or remember when he was in the car, he was showing everybody the magazine, the Star magazine that he was reading. Everybody's like, put that crap away. And
wasn't that Travis?
No, that was the youngest kid, the one who played in E.T.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, he was the one.
Right,
the movie definitely changed a lot of stuff up.
Oh, right, because we were watching him on, was it Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan.
We were watching him on Joe Rogan, the real Travis Walton, and, no, the actor, no. The actor who played him. It's like, why are you watching it? And he was talking about how they did, definitely, took creative license with it. And one of the things was there was 7 guys on the crew, not 5.
Not 5.
They changed it to 5 for whatever
that was
reason.
Including his brother.
Which they didn't put in there,
and then the main
Mike Rogers,
Rogers brother. Yeah. Yes, they had 2 brothers in there that they took out of the movie completely. So
yeah, so it's
interesting there.
I kind of
don't know why they did. Maybe because they couldn't fit them all in the truck for scenes or something, and they're like, let's just stick with 5.
That's pretty simple explanation, but I wouldn't be surprised it has something to do with that. Just as far as filming things aesthetically.
It didn't look aesthetically right to have 7 dudes squished into a cargo. Right.
Yeah, and that even from the beginning of the movie, a couple of guys have problems. Travis and the what's his name? The kind of the more tough guy of the crowd or whatever that wears a bandana and everything.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
The
kind of more the the bad guy of the crowd or of the group or whatever. He ends up cutting a tree down and because that's what they're
really
loggers
close
and
to him. Yeah,
and it almost falls down. That's why we're wearing our logger gear.
Yeah, we're in plaid.
This
therefore,
is close to get to logger gear. Although I've always worn jackets like this, so I'm not actually faking this one.
I do own this, but I never wear it. So.
Yeah, pretty much everything we wear is stuff we own, unless it's really crazy. I mean, well, we would still own it, right? So, the stuff that's really crazy we stole, so don't worry about it. No, what I mean is like we're not going out and buying stuff for this, we don't have money to do that, but we could usually went through so many different styles in our life, we could usually find something to go with whatever movie we're going with. So
yeah, exactly. Alan Dallas. The bad guy, or not the bad guy, but the guy with the tube.
Yeah, Dallas or Dulles?
Dulles, or Dallis. So Dallas.
Still Dallas, yeah.
Dallas.
Yeah. So anyway, the basic premise. So they're doing their logging thing. They're coming home on their way home, they see a weird light out in the middle of the forest.
They think it was fire.
They think it's a fire at first.
So they're gonna go check it out. Well, I guess they weren't gonna go check it out. It was on their way.
It was on the route.
Yeah, they had no choice but to go through it.
And they finally get up close enough and realize it's not a fire.
It's an alien ship.
It's like a UFO or something.
It's just hanging out there. Yeah.
As they do. And
in the woods.
And so of course Travis, being the curious guy, runs out there and gets beamed up by it.
Yeah.
And actually, when you watch his real interview, he said like he got thrown once or whatever, and then he was shocked. He
was
shocked. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no light for one, and he said it was almost like
it wasn't light like there was in the movie, but there was like a glowing
on the ship. There was glowing, but it wasn't
down.
Like a spotlight going down.
Like
he said it wasn't
movie,
like any light you would ever see on Earth. It was supernatural, and he said that he stepped. What he said is he stepped forward and he thinks he got too close to the ship, and the ship had a force field of some kind,
right?
And it bumped him back, so he fell backwards because it was like, ouch, and he fell backwards and
he's thinking that they may, and this is stuff he has realized later on in life, that kind of recalculating all this stuff, that they may have done it to like heal him or something.
They took him because they wanted to fix what they did to him. They weren't bad. They were just trying to make it right.
Yeah.
So
of course
because they weren't anywhere violent.
When they get to the scene where they're showing them kind of I don't know if you want to get operate on him, I guess you'd call it, whatever, doing all that stuff. He's saying that stuff didn't happen.
None of it happened.
They didn't put that stuff in his eye and everything.
They didn't have that
big suction, like with that part. When I was a
embryo
kid, dude.
Suction. Oh, that was so freaky.
That part, that layer of embryonic, whatever it is, yeah,
fluid.
and they just like tissue or whatever, and if it wasn't fluid, it'd be tissue.
Well, I meant the tissue, the fluid that they put in his eye.
It was like milk or something.
Yes, like who? As an actor,
it just like sucks him down. He's on the table, and they gotta drill the things through, and then you see that thing come. Oh my gosh!
I know.
When I was a kid, that part freaked me out. I had nightmares about that.
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
Definitely. But he said no, that stuff didn't happen, and he said it
was actually a pretty innocent. He was the one who was more the antagonist. Yeah. He was saying towards the aliens.
He said one of the times he was able to kind of push them back, like in the beginning, push one of them back. He said they were kind of weak. And then later when he was getting up and fighting, he was like swinging something at him, but he didn't hit them or something like that.
Yeah, he just there's three of them coming towards him, and he freaked out and he started violently swinging at him, and they were like, dude, we're just trying to help you out here, and
kind of that's the feeling he got.
Yeah.
Now thinking about it now.
Yeah.
But what's weird is that they didn't put in the movie, and I wish they would have. Is he said there was one that came in that looked more human-like.
Yes.
It's like, why didn't they put that in the movie? Because to me, that's really.
I know. Well, that's the thing is, I feel like now that we watched the interview with Joe Rogan, and then we ended up, because we watched that interview, we ended up looking further into other interviews that he had done.
Right.
And he kind of just went into detail a lot about kind of really what happened and everything, and it feels like his story was fairly boring compared to what they did with the movie.
Yeah,
and
not boring compared to normal life.
Right.
Yeah.
But compared to the movie, and I think that's even what he said, is that the movie really embellished a lot of stuff, and they took a total creative license.
Hollywood thing,
because they really wanted to make it way more exciting and way more crazy than he even depicted. And he even said during Joe Rogan's interview that they're planning on making another movie that's more like what actually happened.
That'll be interesting to see.
More about his level. So
we'll do a review on that one. We're all boring.
Watch Fire in the Sky if you want some adventure.
The other one. This one was so boring.
It was awful.
No, but I'd be interested in watching the real one, seeing what
really happened in his
a little more realistic
point of view.
Says, I mean, there were some things that they nailed that they got right, but there was definitely things that took creative license on.
Yes,
too.
So. And I mean, honestly, I think we should probably talk more about the movie itself, because we keep going into his interviews and how it was in real life.
That's true. Yeah. So
based on the movie itself, I thought it was really interesting. I thought the acting was good. I felt really bad for Rogers,
Mike Rogers.
Yeah, I felt bad for his character. I really he was in Terminator, the actor. I really like him, and he played a really good part.
Yeah.
Like when he did that speech in the church where he's just like, I know you guys. Like,
Yeah,
why
you
you really
guys
think
know
I would
me.
do this?
Yeah, I know.
It's like it was heartbreaking to
That
see.
was
It's like
heavy 'cause
look, and his wife is sitting in the front row. And
yeah. It's
it's
like,
like,
what are you doing?
I know,
here?
what are you doing here? Like, and they ended up getting divorced because of
Oh,
it.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, she was
over
kinda,
all this,
yeah.
she didn't have
So
his back ever.
I
She
don't
was
know-
not a ride or die type of chick.
At least not in the movie. We don't know
No.
how, because you know how these movies
I mean,
are.
yeah, they may
took
have
a lot
stayed
of
together
creative
in real life.
license, so you know who knows. But from the movie's perspective, she didn't seem very supportive.
Not at
It's
all.
like, how can you not believe? I mean, I get it's such a crazy story. I get that,
Yeah.
but it's like.
But then, do you really think that your husband would kill like
Yeah.
his best friend?
But
I
a
mean,
small town, little rumors get started. Everyone starts
Yeah.
talking. You know, oh, back in the day, that's a small town.
Yeah.
Now with the internet, the whole world's a small
yeah,
town.
exactly.
The whole world is a small town. That's a good little saying.
That
That's
is-
a good
the
shirt.
whole world is a small town.
Don't
Copyright.
steal it. That's
Don't
our
steal it.
copyright. That's ours.
You saw it here.
We're gonna see the shirt the next day. Like, are you serious?
Son of
Son of a. I'm trying to keep this clean. Son of a. Oh,
Son
yeah,
of a-
let's keep this clean.
a beep.
So anyway, yeah, you're right. We didn't talk much about the movie.
I know. We're really talking about the interview with Joe Rogan, which I feel was a little more interesting.
It probably was, yeah.
And
But,
it honestly, it kind of ruined the movie for me a little bit.
yeah.
You know, just because almost all the stuff that had happened to him on the ship didn't actually happen. He said he wasn't floating in space.
Right.
He wasn't in that little pod thing when he woke up.
Yeah, with the other dead bodies.
He woke up with he woke up on a table.
Did he say he saw other dead bodies though?
I don't remember him saying
I
that.
thought but it wasn't like how they portrayed him. I thought he said I can't remember that part for sure.
I don't think so.
I can't remember what he said about that,
but then he did.
there was a lot he said that wasn't true about that scene that they were showing.
Yeah,
though.
and he said during the interview, he doesn't like to talk about it too much because people.
Well, there's a lot of people that say he's fake, and obviously, you know, it's.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you don't believe in aliens, then
Yeah.
you're gonna say he's making it up, and
it's
plus
not
he
like
was super into the
it's
sci-fi
not like I'm saying
world.
like, oh, I believe in all of it, or I believe any of that stuff for sure, or whatever. But I'm just saying, I don't know. He seems like he's telling the truth to me.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, he's told the story a million times, and
of course, you don't know unless it actually happens to you. That's the
Right,
thing. You know what I mean?
that's true.
So that's.
you just don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But it's definitely interesting, and that's what makes it so intriguing is that we don't know. You know, that's what makes it so interesting.
Yeah.
So all in all, I think the movie was still, you know, for a
It was
Hollywood
entertaining.
entertaining, definitely
Yeah.
good, and especially being a young kid watching it just was like, oh my god, blew me away. You know, this is
Right.
a whole different level there.
Yeah, yeah. Alien abduction. It's like that stuff that I think you're more afraid of it because that could possibly happen.
Right. Yeah.
Where it's like a normal horror movie where you go to France or whatever and you get abducted into a hostel or whatever.
Or
and
going to the catacombs and all that.
Yeah,
kind of stuff
it's like that's
like
unlikely.
As Below, So Below, we did on that one. It's like,
yeah,
that stuff's
where
not
this
gonna
one's
happen,
more
but,
likely you could. I mean, if you believe in aliens, this could possibly happen to you. It's not just
Yeah, so
hearsay.
it definitely makes it more like you're always in the back of your mind, like, oh, geez, what if that is real?
I know.
You know?
I don't want to be alone in the woods anytime soon.
Yeah,
Maybe we shouldn't go camping.
I know, that's what these movies always do. They mess you up for going to the woods. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
they really do.
But okay, out of do you want anything else you want to say about it? Or?
No.
Out of 1 to 5 UFO ships, I guess we'll call it. I'm gonna give it 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.5. You know what? If it wasn't for the fact that they did take so much license and kind of change so much things, I'd probably say a 4.
Yeah.
Because I really did like the movie a lot, you know.
Yeah.
But because
Before you watched the interview and all that stuff, because
It
I
would've
know
been
it
a
was
4
one of your
yeah.
big movies that you liked all the
before
time.
I watched the interview, it'd been like a 4, 4.5.
Right.
Honestly, because I
Okay.
really liked the movie a lot. But
I was curious if it ruined it for you too.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Just knowing how much they changed. It's like, God, really? You know, it's like
everything was different.
yeah, and it's like, not saying that I for sure would believe it either way. I'm just saying it's more. I want to know whatever his story is, what he is saying. I want to know exactly what he's saying and just go from there. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be embellished to where it's just so. Because it also makes it more. You know what else too is maybe they do that too because it makes it more unbelievable. You know what I mean? So like maybe if there is any real thing to it, and they don't want
So
really.
it's not so scary.
They don't want
for
it to
people.
really get out. Like the more boring stuff is more like, it seems more real. You know,
Yeah.
like so maybe this is more like, okay, it's just a good movie. Oh, you kids don't, you know that type of thing. You know, but I don't know. But either way, yeah, I agree with you because the possibility of it could be real is what makes it intriguing.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'd say before it would have been a 4, 4.5, but yeah, 3.5 UFOs. So sorry, one of the UFOs you're gonna crash, I guess. But
just half of you is like going along, trailing.
Cannot spin.
One of your engines not working right.
Spin.
Got your dead leg.
For some reason, all aliens talk like this. What do you think?
It's a 3 for me.
Okay.
I think it's kind of I mean, it would have been a 3.5 if I hadn't known about it. Wasn't one of my faves, but I definitely grew up knowing the movie and watching it a couple of times with you and before you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's a 3. It wasn't. I could take it or leave it.
I like it.
But I'd like to do more research on it.
It's
honestly,
yeah.
Because there's supposedly there's another whole bio on Netflix.
Oh really? Oh
on
yeah.
Travis. On Travis on his like just him and really more of a backstory about the guys that were with him too, because you don't hear much about them either.
Right.
So I'd like to know what their side was, because they don't ever go on interviews. You don't hear them talking about things.
There was. The Mike Rogers guy, he did do an interview later. I meant to tell you about that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, we should have watched it before we did this.
We gotta research this more.
Maybe we'll do another interview. More of the stuff comes out in the future. So
yeah, because I mean the Joe Rogan interview just happened like a month ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long at all.
Not that long.
3 weeks
so
ago,
I mean, this movie's gonna pick up again, and the new movie is gonna come out, and so it's gonna keep going for a while.
Yeah, so gives more reason to do it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, hey, as always, if you liked it, leave a sub and leave a like. If you didn't like it, go ahead and sub and leave a like, and we will see you on the next one. All right, bye.
Bye.